A very special good evening to everyone, wherever you are joining us from. Welcome to Discover Kangen Water. My name is Solomon James. Now, what is in your water? For those of us who are joining for the first time, welcome. We're talking about water. I know probably you've taken some water today. Even if you're on a fast, you'll soon break. So, but what do you see? What do you know about water? Water looks so simple that people think we shouldn't be talking about it. But let's expose you to what they don't want you to know about your drinking water. Now, and there are not just talking about the problem, we'll be talking about the solutions to this problem. Now, we've identified about 5 problems, and there could be more, there are more, but again, we just want to address 5 of this. Number one is that most water we drink are found to be acidic. Problem number 2, there are harmful contaminants in our water, not just acidic, they are found to contain contaminants that are harmful. Number 3, there are pesticides in our fruits and our vegetables. Number 4, many of us are drinking water, but truth be told, we are not absorbing our water properly. And finally, is the menace of plastic water bottles destroying our ecosystem and our planet. Now, the details. We're partnering with a 50-year-old company, actually 51, because June this year, they will be celebrating their 51st anniversary, talking about Energic. So Energic is a company that's been around for over 5 decades, and we're partnering with this company to be able to address these challenges that we've just highlighted. Energic is a Japanese company that manufactures medical-grade Kangen water machines, helping to provide healthy therapeutic water for our everyday use. I like to emphasize that Energic is not into the sales of water. Energic is not into the sales of water. Energic, they are into the manufacture and sales of medical-grade Kangen water machines. So we do not need a NAFDAC number for our machines. We do have a standard Organization of Nigeria certifications for our jurisdiction because it's a medical product and it's a machine. So we are not into the sales of water. Now, this is what our machine looks like. This is one of our model. We call this the K8. Is one of the high-end product. We'll be talking about it. We also have another model, which is our flagship product. We call this the SD501. Now, this device is a state-of-the-art technology helping to produce 5 types of water. It produces what we call Kangen water, clean water, beauty water, strong Kangen, and strong acidic. So those are 5 types of water. But on the other hand, you are seeing 7 types of pH because the drinking range is 8.5, 9.5. You can choose to switch from one pH to the other. If the 8.5 is too harsh or you are getting detox faster or all the rest, you might want to step down to a pH that your body can actually absorb. So we have 3 range, which again, it suits well for everybody. Your clean water is a pH of 7. Your beauty water is a range 4.5 to 5.5. Your strong Kangen water is 11.5. Your strong acidic water is 2.5. So here we have 5 types of water, and we have 7 pH range. So if you go out there online and check, some people will tell you the machine produces 5 types of water. Others will say 7 types of water. Whichever one, they are both correct because it has to do with, they understand what they are referring to, but it's just what it is. Now, what we're about to show you, because for many of us, we just think it's all about water, but there is more to your water than meets the eye. Now, we're told in our primary school, water is colorless, odorless, tasteless, and the rest. So your simple properties of water, and you are good to go. But the problem number 1 we've identified is the fact that Zimama, finally in, good to have you join in. So problem number 1 is that the water we discover that many of us seems to be consuming, they are quite acidic. And somebody will be wondering, are you telling me I'm drinking acidic water? Probably yes. Now, what's the problem with this? Is the fact that when your body's pH begins to go to the acidic side by the acidic things you take, the enzymes that are constructive can become destructive. Acidity impacts your body. The organs of the body can become compromised, like your brain and even your heart. People don't know that microbes in the blood can change shape, they can mutate, they can become pathogenic because of this acidity in the body. Even oxygen delivery to the cells can suffer. Mineral assimilation can even get thrown off. Many of us are aware, and I probably have read about this, that illness and diseases, they thrive in acidic terrain. And here we are acidifying our body every single day. What are some of the symptoms of this acidosis? It impacts your central nervous system. A lot of people are having constant headache. They may not relate it to acidity and to their water. Sleepiness, confusion, loss of consciousness, even including coma. It impacts your respiratory system. We are talking about shortness of breath and people are coughing continuously. People don't even know it impacts your heart, the increased heart rate. Your muscular system can also get impacted. Your digestive system, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. And there's a whole lot more because of acidosis and the acidic things we take. Now, for many of us, even the food we take is acid. The drinks we take, they are acid. What you want to do is, that at best, stay on the neutral side, then based on knowledge and what you'll be discovering, begin to tilt more to the alkaline side. How does it help? Well, according to Dr. Otto Warburg, this is the man that discovered the real cause of cancer in 1923. He got a Nobel Prize in 1931. In his work, The Metabolism of Tumor, he was able to demonstrate that all forms of cancers are characterized by two basic conditions, what he calls acidosis and hypoxia. And for many of us, we find out that during the festivities just a few weeks ago, people were taking so much acidic things. In fact, Nigerians don't wait for festivities. Every day is something acidic goes in. Just wait till weekend, the O1 base and the party, people will consume so much of acidosis or acidic things, and this is impacting their health. Now, it's also been shown that cancerous tissues are acidic, healthy tissues are alkaline. I was talking to a medical doctor the other day, and I was saying to him, I said, this is your season. This year is your year. You know, in church, when they say this is your year, you will say amen. For medical people, this year will be their year because we'll be having disease pro max. A lot of us thought we were enjoying ourselves, consuming a lot of acidic things. It was a planting season. You were harvesting it. I mean, you were watering it. And in the next few months, the harvest will begin to come, which is why knowledge and information like this becomes very timely for you to find a way to begin to uproot some of those things that were planted before it's harvest time. Now, what's the solution? The solution is for you to move intentionally to alkalized water. Now, I didn't just say alkaline water. You make alkalized water. Understand that 70% of the human body is water. So if 70% of the body is water, people will still tell you are what you eat. How can you be what you eat when your body 70% is water? What you eat falls under 30%. Put your maths right. 30 cannot be bigger than 70, except in Nigerian politics, 4 people can impeach 19. So if your body is 70% water, then that body should receive the right type of water. But the question I know you're asking is, how do we now make alkalized water? That is why we are partnering with Energet, because with the Kangen water machines, we now can make alkalized water. How does this work? It's very simple. Once your source water, your tap water, your borehole water, and the rest, again, it must still be a cleaner water, passing through some primary filtration, then it comes into the machine. Now, this machine has its own filter here, which again we'll be talking about. So the tap water comes in, goes through, is filtered, then comes into what we call an electrolysis chamber. This system uses a process of electrolysis because depending on the model of the machine you buy, the K8 has 8 pure titanium platinum plate, or if it's the SD501, which is 7 plate. Now, as the water comes in through this plate, 7 or 8 plate, it gets electrolyzed. The molecule of the water is broken, and now this machine now begins to give out 2 types of water. The flexible hose from the top begins to give you Kangen water, or the strong Kangen water, which is 11.5. The bottom hose, because each of the machine has 2 outlets, the bottom hose will give you the beauty water, or the 2.5, which is strong acidic water. If you request for Clean water, both hoses will give you a pH of 7.7. So that equals to 14. This is how you can make alkalized water from the comfort of your own home. But what does this look like? Well, let me take you behind the scene and show you what the water coming out from this machine looks like and does. So these are different bottles of water. We have tap water, bottled water, soda drink, and the rest. Then we have a Kangen water. Now we introduce here methylene drop, our pH tester. Let's check the pH of this water. That's a tap water. We have a soda drink. Look at the last one, which is the Kangen water. You can see how deep that one is, and we see some of them with very orange or reddish color. Again, once it goes to the right, it's acidic. If the color goes to the right, it's alkaline. If it goes to the left, it's acidic. So this is Kangen water. Kangen means back to origin. So take a look. By pouring in Kangen water, it liberates that water and makes it more premium. Look at that acidic solution. That color is now premium. Look at your Fiji bottled water. It's a premium bottled water, very expensive. Is now more alkaline. Take a look at the Evian bottled water. It's more alkaline. Take a look at the soda drink. Again, somebody said, oh, is this about 7-Up? It's not about 7-Up, it's about sodas. Okay, so take a look, nothing is changing. How bad can this get? Because some of us will be consuming 3, 4, 5 bottles of sodas per day, depending on the weather. Those of us up north, just a cup of soda turns that liquid back to acid. Can you see that? So if a cup of soda can neutralize this alkalinity and makes it acid, what happens if we consume a bottle? What happens if we consume 2, 3, 4 bottles? This is what we are trying to introduce and show the world. Mr. Ned is not here. I think I met him in Port Harcourt, and he sent me a message when we were done. He said, you just changed my life. He said, you are making me hate soda, because he saw these things live. Well, that's our job, so that you can be more healthier. So with problem number 1, acidic water, with your Kangen water machine, that problem is now solved. What was problem number 2? There are harmful contaminants in our water. Now let's go address that, because when I started, I asked the question, what is in your glass of water? Now, our elementary science will tell us your properties for water is, as long as it's tasteless, it's odorless, it's colorless, it looks clear, it's good to go. But for many of us, you'll be shocked that if you take your source water, your tap water into the lab, you'll find things like arsenic, radioactive contaminants are there, pesticides, nitrates, hormones, fluorine compounds, lead, pharmaceutical drugs, aluminium, THMS, lots of things, calcium are all in the water. Is that safe for you? No, it's not safe. According to DataFight, 70% of Nigerians are consuming contaminated water. It's alarming, because it's coming clean. Do you think it's even clean? It's not. It's not. 70% of Nigerians. I think there should be a kind of an emergency within the water sector. Well, as you travel around the country, you see conditions like this, and people think this is cool. Look at the young girl at the top. For her, she's smiling. The water is clear. So she thinks. Now, if you give this girl a cleaner glass of water for a couple of days, she might fall sick. And she'll be surprised how this might be impacting her health in the next, as she grows up, because of the water she's taking. Now, I just came back from the Niger Delta. I was in Port Harcourt, and we know our aquifer. We know what is happening with the oil spillage and all of that. Your water is not good. And that's truth be told. And sometimes I don't want to go political, because they are just political words of land reclaiming and clearing of those spillage, but the aquifer is bad. And this is what people are taking, harmful contaminants found in our water. Now, what's the solution? How do we solve this? Now, I told you that in partnership with Energic and the Kangen water machine, there is a very sophisticated filter inside the machine. Now, this filter contains calcium sulfite, antibacterial, granular activated carbon, and even a mechanical filter. All this does is, as your source water comes in through one of the hole into the chamber of the filter, it's being cleared, cleansed, and the purified water comes out before now going into the electrolysis chamber. Now, what is the work of this filter? The work of this filter is to remove over 10 contaminants. Lead particulate is removed, lead dissolve is removed, copper is removed, barium is removed, arsenic inorganic is removed, cadmium is removed, chromium is removed, hydrogen sulfide is removed, mercury is removed, iron is removed, THM is removed, chlorine is removed, rust is removed. Lots of things are taken out just by your water coming in through this machine. Now, the National Science Foundations have endorsed this filter because they've seen it to be very standard, and the American National Standard Institution also gave their endorsement that this filter is doing what it should do. So problem number one, acidic, we can fix that. With harmful contaminants in our water, the filter inside the machine is so sensitive. As a matter of fact, after 6,000 liters of water or thereabout, the machine will start tell you, will begin to tell you replace filter. So it will just keep beeping. Replace. It's a sensitive device. It will tell you when to replace the filter because it wants you to get the purest form of water always. So problem number 2 is solved. But what about problem number 3 with the pesticides that are increasingly found in on our fruit and vegetable? Well, as you go out there into the farms, you are seeing lots of this. A farmer was in my facility late last year, and he was telling me about how he's trying to preserve his crops, his tomatoes. He does different form of farming somewhere in Djibouti. And he was talking about tomatoes specifically, that he sprays his tomatoes 3 times a week with pesticides so as to keep the insects and those things that come to devour away from his farm 3 times a week. Now, some of us might not think anything is wrong with this. Well, you go to the market, you buy your fruits, you buy your vegetables, you come back home, you wash them. They look clean. The water is clear. Unknown to you, is looking glossy, and you think because it's fresh, that's why it's glossy. Well, when you engage our strong 11.5, which is the solution, and this machine produces 11.5, and you now wash the same fruits and vegetables, you see a different coloration. Maybe I should just take you behind the scene to see how this plays out. Take a look. So this is black seed sesame oil, okay? So it could be any oil, please, could be any oil, just for demo purposes. So I take this oil and I put it in 2 glasses, and we apply tap water. Elementary science will tell you that oil and water don't mix. So what do you see? The oil is floating because oil and water don't mix. But take a look. For those of us who even have cholesterol and have all those kind of things, this is where this will play a very important role. Now we're pouring our 11.5 into the same oil. Can you see? Water is breaking oil. This is called emulsification. So those of us that have cholesterol issues, you can just take a few glasses in a week, and you just see the water goes into the body, decoagulates the oil, and it's out of the body. But the intent of this demo is to show you how this water is helping with our fruit and vegetables. Because if I had to ask the ladies on the meeting, how do you wash your fruit and vegetable? You use your water, your tap water. Some people add salt, some people add apple cider vinegar. Well, let's use 2 types of water, tap water and our 11.5. How do you get to know your fruit, your vegetable is clean and it's okay? You wash and you rinse. When you check your water is clear, no particles, then you are good to go. Just like this glass we see here, it's okay. You might want to start using your tomatoes. This is actually cherry tomatoes. Now, using our 11.5, something else is being revealed. As you can find there, that is not green tea, that's pesticides. That's the chemical that has been on the fruit. Now, if we gave you this water, greenish yellowish solution to drink, you say, God forbid, it's not my portion. But if I'd given you the tomatoes washed by the tap water, you would have eaten it. What you are forbidding now was still on it. Or some of us get back home and you say you want to make smoothie. And there are many people on this call who are vegans, vegetarians, very proud of them. One of the best way to go is to go natural, plant-based. Your health will be boosted. But today we are seeing a lot of vegetarians with chronic issues. How did they get there? Because why for you wash, you probably got home and you said, prepare smoothie for me. And they blend all these tomatoes for a tomato smoothie. I hope you know all this coloration and these pesticides and all this chemical, they are all inside and you get to drink it. It's in liquid form. Now, easy access to the cell, easy access to the body, and now danger begins. This is why you must pay attention to what you drink and what you eat. It's very, very important. So now we've solved problem number one, we've solved problem number two, and problem number three can now be taken care of. And if you eat any fruit washed with our 11.5, you will know the difference. You will instantly know the difference. But let's proceed. Because while many of us are drinking lots of water, we feel bloated, our bodies are not absorbing this water properly. Now, why is that the case? Our regular water cluster is about 15 to 20 molecules in size. And because they are large, they limit absorptions by the body. So I've seen people travel from here to Port Harcourt, from here to the north with a bottle of water, 75 cl, and yet they cannot finish it. A little sip, it looks as if they are drinking gold. They are sipping it as if it's orange juice. It's not getting in. It's the discomfort, the bloatedness that they're actually contending with. Well, our Kangen water is microcluster. It's 5 to 6 molecules, and this water allows greater penetration and easier absorption by the body. For those of us on this call who have experienced this water, you will notice sometimes between 5 to 10 minutes, you just begin to go to the restroom. It begins to detox you. You begin to have the kind of frequent urination because the detox process is on. That will settle in once it's done detoxing you. Some of us will have our bowel movement and all of that. This water is so powerful. Sometimes within 5 minutes, it knocks some people off and they are sleepy because this water gets in. This is what we call cellular hydration. Well, you know what? Let's again get back into the room and let me show you how this plays out. So this example is a green tea. Now, for many of us, you know we don't make tea with cold water. We make tea with hot water. But let me show you how our water is impacting what you take. So the same green tea, 2 glasses, 2 types of water, the same action. One is making tea, the other one is not making tea. Why is one not making tea? It's macro. Look at Kangen water. It's so micro, permeating into the bag. Somebody said, who knows whether there is something in the other tea that was used. So we take an extract of this because this is how this might be impacting your food, your meal. You might eat the best of meal and your water is doing you no good. So here you finish eating your face salad, your nubu, your masa. According to Z Mama said, I must mention masa. Okay, you eat your masa and you take the wrong water. Take a look, nothing is coming. But the same extract, we added Kangen water, it made another tea. Kangen water keeps enhancing whatsoever it's in your body. So it's not the volume of food that you are eating that is making you healthy. It's what the cell is receiving. And Kangen water is receiving, is pulling out these nutrients into your cell very fast. Let me quickly say something because somebody called me this afternoon or this evening, sometime this evening, that somebody told him he can take his medications with Kangen water. In fact, that's what he has been doing. And I told him that was a wrong prescription. Please, you do not take your medications with Kangen water. Use your clean water to take your medication. 15, 20 minutes later, you can go back to Kangen water. Medical drugs should get slowly into the body. Kangen water is so micro, it pulls out things rapidly, very fast. So you do not want that condition. That was a wrong prescription, and I had to correct that. So talking about this, please, so that you do know. Now we've solved problem number one, we've solved problem number two, we've solved problem number three, and now we can properly absorb our nutrients. We can properly absorb our water. But what about the menace of the plastic bottles that are destroying everywhere? Please do not be a part of the problem. Let's stop plastic pollution. This thing is getting out of hand. If you go online, you'll find out this is becoming crazy. Nanoplastics are now being found in kidneys. Nanoplastics are now being found in urine. How did it get there? According to the Container Recycling Institute, 57 billion plastic water bottles end up in the ocean every year. It's about to rain. Just rain in few places. Check your street, check your drainage, check your gutters, and see the amount of plastic. Those of us that have running streams or whatever, we should just go check what is coming out there, filled with plastic bottles. plastic water bottles. This is not healthy. Even OceanCrusader.org reported that over 1.1 million marine animals die every year from plastic. Those of us from the Niger Delta, we are talking about the oil spillage destroying our marine life. And yet, while we are not the one causing the spillage, we are the one causing the plastics that are also going into the same drain, going into the oceans. Don't be a part of this problem. Now, what's the solution? Because like as we state the problem, we state the solution. The solution is for us to go to be eco-friendly. Get your Kangen water machine, because with the machine, we are not dealing with water bottles. Remember I said Kangen is not into water sales. Energic is not into water sales. They give you a machine that creates an eco-friendly. Now, if I were to buy 1,000 bottles of water, what will I be doing with that 1,000 bottle of water? I throw them away. But now, because I have a Kangen water machine, I get myself a BPA-free bottle. Now, with my BPA-free bottle, I drink, I don't throw it away. I go back, I refill. So I can use the same bottle over and over and over. Imagine if 100,000 of us, 1 million of us begin to go down route. Show me how many plastic water bottles will be on the streets. We've got to be a part of the solution. So get yourself BPA-free containers and make sure you drink from it. Don't be a part of the problem. So let's recap here quickly. We talked about the problem that our water is acidic, and we also stated that now we can make alkalized water from our Kangen water machine. We stated that harmful contaminants are found in our water, and we talk about the superior filter found inside the machine to take out over 10 contaminants from the water. And we talk about the pesticides on our fruit and our vegetable, and with our strong 11.5, that is being resolved. We talk about our water not absorbing properly into the body. Now we can get our water within 10 minutes to the cellular level, and you will see the difference. And we talk about the plastic water bottles taking over our planet, impacting people's kidney and the rest. Now we have a way to solve that with our Kangen water machine. All right. So a lot of people are drinking this water. In case you do not know, my finger, okay, how can they be drinking it if I'm just getting to know about it? Well, Energic has been around. This year will make it 51 years. In this period, they have presence in 26 countries, 43 locations around the world, helping to distribute and disseminate this information, just like this, so that people can get the machine. Well, thankfully, we have an office in Nigeria, in Africa, which is in Nigeria, 105 Adeniyi Jones. I will be there tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. for a live demonstration, water demo. If you have anybody in Lagos, send them to 105 Adeniyi Jones, 11 a.m. They will see this live. They will get to experience the water live, and they'll be thanking you for it. Now, if all this machine did for you was to make alkalized water for your family for the next 3 decades, what do you think will be the worth of that? How much do you spend per day? I think Peace is on this call. That should be on Monday. Is it on Friday? Last week Friday, yeah, I guess. Last week Friday. I had to follow her somewhere to Ikoyi because there's a man. All the man takes is one of the top branded water, Lasena, and all of that. So, and the man so believes in the water, nothing can be more superior than Lasena. Well, when we're done with our demo, he couldn't say anything less. Okay, because now, I don't know how long he's been drinking that water, but put the cost of that, and the water is just having one property. It's alkaline. Is the water microclustered? No, it will still bloat you. Is the water containing antioxidant? I wanted to say hell no. 7 years. No, it does not. Okay. Now, how much will that cost in the next 30 years? So if we were to have a machine that is making this possible, what will it be worth to you? If all this machine did was to remove the harmful contaminants and pesticides from our water and food, so that we can now take fresher produce and consume, and we have a healthier family, what will it be worth to you? If all this machine did was to save you and your family from frequently tripping to the hospital, what do you think this will be worth to you? Well, I know many people have said they'll easily pay $15,000 for their machine without hesitation. Somebody else said, no, 10,000 will even be better. Well, let's be upfront. The good news is that it is not even close to that, because you can get a Kangen water machine shipped to your doorstep by tomorrow morning for just a fraction. Well, we have different types of products. These are our high-end product. We call this the K8 Kangen 8. This machine speaks 8 languages, uses 8 plates, and this machine has a universal switch. So you can take it to a country that has a current or a power voltage of 1110, it will work without a step or a step down transformer. You can bring it to Nigeria, it will work without a step or a step down transformer. Very solid touch screen and all of that. Is the iPhone of the industry. This superior crafted product is just 6,235,000 naira. Please go check up the value in dollars. This should be selling for 9 point something million. But in Nigeria, because it is subsidized, we are buying it for less. Somebody said 6 point something million. Don't you think that is expensive? Well, let's even imagine. Imagine what it will feel like not to renew that expensive prescription drug. Not to talk about the side effects from the drugs. That there was an audio that came in just 2 days ago, I think coming from Jos, of the man that had a 30-year hypertension, had been hypertensive for 30 years. And he was even talking about the side effects because of the multiple drugs he's been taking. Imagine what it will feel like for him now, after 30 years, not to renew that expensive prescription drugs. Do you think he has not spent more than this in 30 years? Now, let's even imagine, in everything that drugs he was taking, no family member was taking that drug. He was the only one. But now you get a machine that the father can take, the mother can take, the father, the sister can take, the cousins can take, the neighbor can take, the church, the mosque, whatever tribe he belongs to, everybody can take. Do you think that has value? How will you feel if you had more energy? Because for some of us have been very lethargic, but we find that with drinking this water, you are bursting with energy. In fact, in the man's testimony, he said now he's walking both in and out. He's going back to the field to walk. What about that? Less pain, or you finally get to lose that weight. Some of us drinking this water, we are finding out our clothes that look tight is getting fitted. What will it feel like if you feel healthy again? Don't you think it's worth it? You may choose to go for a flagship product. This one has 7 solid titanium platinum plates for 4,837,500. You have a lifesaver that not just you, your generations ahead can participate from the benefit that this machine is offering. Well, like I always say, some of us have the money to pay at once. Please do. I encourage you. If you have the money, transfer it to the company's account. I always encourage people, don't pay money to people's accounts. Send straight to the company's account. This is the company's account, Energy Africa Limited. You can screen grab it, or whosoever invited you, get the account, pay the money there, so that we don't hear that somebody carries your money to go and play Bet Niger or Baba Ijebu. We are not part of that resolution committee. Now, somebody is saying, but what if I don't have all the money at once? Yes, you can also still participate. You have a million naira, transfer it there. You have 500,000, transfer it there. You have 300,000, transfer it there. Whenever it gets complete, you just settle account with the accounting department. They check all your transfers and they release the machine for you, so that once you begin your initial payment, you are committed to finishing it. And that's one way to go in 2025. Now, somebody might be thinking, that's a lot of money. Yes, I agree, that's a lot of money. But, maybe let's take some real stories from our real customers. I've just shared with you what the story that just came out from from just 30 years, over 30 years. That was mind-blowing. But as you go out there, you are seeing testimonies like this. This is even a case of this is a case of inflammation. And for some of us, inflammation is feedback. I mean, once you are inflamed, you are sick. 3 months drinking the water, that inflammation is totally clear. The gut is clear and the person is healthier. Now, this is a case of breast cancer, chronic constipation. Now, this is a 45-year-old lady with breast cancer and chronic constipation. You can see all the toxins being stored there already. But what happened just within the space of 3 months, you can see what had happened. Everything is restored and all those toxins are flushed. The breast is back. We talk about this, a case of prostate. Is a 52-year-old male with prostate cancer. And even with chemo, look at how bad it is. There are 3 moons drinking the water, and look at what had happened. This same person, we have all of this on video, so we are not just doing Photoshop. We have these things on video when these things were being treated and then done, and you can see what the same water is doing. What do we say about Madam Titi? She had cancer, 6 chemos, counting days to go. When somebody introduced her to the water, she came to our facility. I was there the day she came, chronically fatigued, just barely could stand. She drank the water, returned back. Then she was staying at Redeem Camp. And the next day, she was sending a message how she woke up with so much energy. But beyond that was the fact that as a result of the multiple chemos she had done, 6 chemos, she had this high toxicity, so it was impacting her. She had high palpitation. At night, she does not sleep well. But for the first time, she drank the water, she slept, she woke up without palpitation. She thought it was a huge joke. 5 weeks later, her hair was growing back. All the patches of the chemo on her nails, her patches on the neck, everything was being reversed. And exactly 4 months, because I know the day she came in, I was presenting, it was a live demo at Maryland. She walked in and I said, I've just told the people about her recovery. And she said, I'm coming from the hospital. The doctors ran their tests and they said, something is happening to you. What did you take? She said, what do you mean? They said, we just tested you. You have no trace of cancer, past, present, or future. Today, Madam Titi Layo is absolutely free and bouncing back the best way she can live her life. She's living it right now. Somebody that would have been forgotten. If I have a video, some of us might have seen the video because I recorded that. She said she was counting days to go, days to go. And now that person that was counting days to go is now living her best life. How can somebody be talking about cancer and you're talking about water? Does that make sense? This is why we do this. Stories of diabetes. Is it the story of was it 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago? The story of the lady with a goiter and they wanted to operate. Is it goiter or thyroid? And they wanted to operate. The doctor says 50-50. He said, keep it. I don't want to take that chances. Let me stay on Kangen water. And in the space of May to December or thereabout, and the picture, I wanted to add the picture to this, and everything returned back. There are too much stories to tell. Zimama will say we have baskets of them now. People are sharing mind-twisting, bending stories that if we're to be in church, you will say this is a miracle. But trust me, this is a miracle that God is using. Things that people feel cannot happen, but it's happening. Try it. And just like the daddy that was speaking out from he said, just try it. Just try it. Just try it. He said, the doctor says my heart is now like a baby's heart. Somebody that have done two operations, 2 processes, surgeries on his heart because of the hypertension. And now the same doctor is saying your heart is like that of a baby. Just taking Kangen water. These things do work. So we are seeing conditions like this. I mean, it's working. Eczema, 2 weeks is gone. Psoriasis, look at this, it's gone. This is a male nurse. 11 years, they couldn't fix this. 60 days, this is what is happening. We are having amazing results all over. Suzanne couldn't smile, but just in the space of 8 weeks, Suzanne can smile again. Her face is back. Her smile is back. This is what Kangen and energy is delivering. Now, somebody looking at this and said, okay, so what next? This is why we are sharing this day and night, because we do not want anybody to wait until something bad happens to those they love. Don't wait until something bad happens to your loved one. You don't need to wait. You don't need to wait. Something bad must not happen before you know that this thing is not what it should be. People are dying. So I want to encourage you. This is the best gift you can give yourself. This is the best gift you can give your family. Okay? This is the best gift. Okay, just let me get this back up here. All right, good. So we're back. So this is the best gift you can give yourself. This is the best gift you can give your family. I tell you, once it has to do with your health, this is not an expense. It is an investment. Now, you can choose anyone you want. You can go for the K8, you can go for the SD501. It's priceless. Trust me, it's a medical device. This is not a filter. It's a machine that has medical certification, ISO 13485, produces 11.5, 2.5, 5-year warranty. This year makes it 30 years plus, and these devices are still working solid. Now we have different types of other variants. Get in contact with the person that invited you. If you are a guest, pick the one that so suits you. Now, the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks now, we'll be talking about our newest entry into the African continent, which is the electromagnetic guard. We call it M-Guard. Again, I'm the first person in Africa to get this product. I have the 001, so it's a bragging right, okay, to experience this product. It's mind-blowing. Last week, there was those of us that were in the meeting. One of our leader, A1, he had me about 2 weeks ago when I was presenting at the head office, and I was showing them, doing all the demo, and I was telling them how my sleep changed. I know Kangen water help people to sleep, but guys, you have not slept until you experience, because while you are drinking Kangen water, your phone is still by your bed, Wi-Fi is still in your room, and all those things, all of this is still impacting. M-Guard brings this to zero. The way this thing knocks me off, he said, maybe GSM is just Ronu, I'm just talking. Until he got his last week. By Thursday morning on my way to the office for the presentation, he kept calling me. He had sent me a message, please, can we talk? I tried talking with him, the network wasn't connecting fine. I got to the office, he was there waiting. He said, you cannot believe, I thought you were joking. Until I turned on my M-Guard, I slept like, it's as if they teleported me into the village. And no radiation, no sound, no noise. I slept deeper than ever before. He said, I thought it was a joke. That Thursday was the second day. He did the same thing. He put it in a place that it was closer to another bedroom. An elderly man there walked up to him to tell him, I know how I slept. Guys, if you've not gotten your M-Guard, get an M-Guard. I think Leader Talato has gotten one. So if you see her, ask her to show you how these things work. It's life-changing. If you're in the office tomorrow, I'll be showing you the harmful impact of radiation. This is mind-blowing. Okay, so that's our latest product. We'll be talking more about it on Friday. Our Friday's meetings is just only for M-Guard so that we don't get our meetings too long. But let's show you now how you can turn your water to wine. Oh, sorry, I beg your pardon. How you can turn your water to wealth. It's only Jesus that can turn water to wine. Before somebody will come and kidnap me and say, now you start producing. Okay, so this is how it goes. All right, now let me show you how you can make this happen. Now, Warren Buffett, somebody I truly respect, he said, whatever you like to do, you make it a hobby, and whatever the world likes to do, now you make it a business. Well, Energic offers us two pathways to participate and benefit. Firstly, you can participate as a user, meaning you're a retail customer. And secondly, as a distributor. Now, you've got to choose which option that suits you best. As a user, meaning you're a retail consumer or customer, you enjoy the full benefits of our suite of products which help you build your health. So people just come in, you know what, I just want to, like Madam Fumi took me to, actually 2 weeks ago, to go and see somebody on the island whose doctor have told the man that he's exposed to radiation. In fact, the man's phone need to be kept in another room. The funny thing was that I walked into the man's office on the island, and he's the chairman of a company. So I walked into his office, and on his desk was his MTN 5G router. You are keeping your phone in another room, but your 5G router is on your desk. It's a miscalculation, because this one is more damaging than your phone. Well, all I just needed to do was to turn on the M-Guard, and everything there went zero. He saw it. He sent us to his other offices and companies that we should go meet the CEOs, because he wanted all his staffs to benefit from this. So he's a retail customer, but he's enjoying the full benefit. He bought our Kangen water machine, and now he has also bought the M-Guard. So people are buying this because our suits of products is helping them to build their health. Now, as distributors, we share the product as well as the opportunity. And now this can quickly lead to the growth of residual income, something I'll be talking about in the next 10 minutes. Now, with our simple proven system, let me show you how people are creating 5 to 6 figure monthly income. I showed leader Talato something yesterday. She was said, Chairman, and obviously this thing that disturbed me, okay? It's mind blowing. It means these things are real. Now, how we do that is using our Energic marketing plan, the Energic vehicle. Energic is a vehicle taking you from one point to the other. So for those that want the health journey, the vehicle can take you to there. Those that want the lifestyle journey, our vehicle can take you through. So with the Energic business, Energic has proven devices for the mass market. For example, anyone who drinks water is a prospect. That does not mean everybody can afford it, but you might be shocked the multiple testimonies we have harvested from people who couldn't afford it, that testimony become relevant to people who could afford it and they are coming back to buy it. So anyone who drinks water here basically is a prospect. Now, how is this business working? Number one, there's no monthly qualification. There is no stocking. There is no loading. There is no inventory. We do not do monthly renewal or auto ship. There's accumulative sales. What does that mean? There is no flushing forever. There's international borderless sponsoring. I mean, you can stay here in Nigeria and sell this device to anybody anywhere in the world and you'll be rewarded for it. The market is very, very on top. Beyond that is our patented compensation plan. Now, this is mind-blowing because Energic has its own commission model. As a matter of fact, we have over 10 ways that Energic pays commission. But for tonight, for the next 8 minutes, let's just dwell on the 8A or the 8-point commission. How does that work? With our patented compensation plan, our Energic rewards you when you sell the machine directly. We call that direct sales. And when you also when sales are made indirectly. So you are rewarded for sales made directly and sales made indirectly. That's why this compensation plan cannot be copied, because many people don't understand how this thing is working, but it's mind-blowing. So you are rewarded whether sales are made directly and sales are made indirectly. Let me quickly take you through this. Now, with our Kangen water ionizers, understand first of all, this machine is helping us to get 7 types of water or 5 types of water, as the case may be, over 60 plus uses, and an optional home-based business for those that want to build. But beyond that, I love the leverage income. Now, with this machine, every Kangen water machine that is being sold, the company allocates a preset budget. For example, our flagship product, which is the SD501, 2 million naira is being allocated, okay, to be distributed. The 2 million naira is divided into 8 parts, meaning one part is 250,000 naira. Now, how much do I get out of this allocated amount is based on your rank. So we have 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A, and the rest. So let me quickly take you through how you get to this rank. Now, when you make your first sale of the machine, that is a 1A sale, and that sale activates that line for you to earn also indirectly. Now, because it's an 8A point commission system, you have the ability to earn 8 levels down. So again, your first sale will put you on 1A. So you're earning 250,000 naira. Even if the people who bought and also now getting sales happen, you will keep earning down because you are earning 250,000 direct or indirectly. I'll flesh it out shortly. When you make your second sale, now you're also earning another 250,000. Your first 2 sales are 1A. So you've already made 500,000 naira. When you make your third direct sales, now rather than earn 250,000 naira, you earn 500,000. When you have a total of 10 group sale means it's not that you sold 10 machines. It's possible, but we encourage leverage. We encourage working with others, with the team. When 10 sales are made under your team, under your tribe, under your organization, your next personal sales, which is the 11th sale, will be activating you as a 3A rank, and now you are earning 750,000 naira. What is happening here? They are just adding 250,000 naira to each new rank. that when you have a total of 20 sales in your organization, with your next direct sale, you are a 4A rank, you are earning 1 million naira. And just January 1 this year, we had Leader Talatu hitting a 4A rank with 1 million naira in commission. And just last week, 4 sales were done. Now, 4 sales, that should tell you what is possible. It is possible for every other person. She's working hard at it. She has a goal. She has dreams. She has bills. She has a life she wants to live. It's possible. Well, you have a total of 50 sales in your group, both directly and indirectly, everything is counting. Once you have 50 sales with your next direct sale, now you are a 5A rank and you are earning 1,250,000 naira. And you become a 6A rank when you have 100 sales under your team. With your next direct sale, you activate the 6A commission of 1.5 million naira. This is mind-blowing. Stay with me. Let me show you how you can get your machine practically for free. Now, I would like to pick up I think I saw Barista. Okay, is Barista still here? Barista is not here. Okay, let me see. Okay, yeah, Okoro Innocent is here. So because so I'll use Okoro Innocent here as my case study. So let's use Okoro here. Now, so Okoro comes in, gets his machine, and sells to Asa. Asa is the first person that Okoro is selling this machine to. Now, remember your first person you are going to is 1A. So that means Okoro is making 250,000 naira. Okoro sells to Shade. Shade is the second person, is still 1A. Your first 2 sales are 1A. Okoro has just made another 250,000 naira. 2 sales, Okoro has made 500,000 naira. It may not be big, it may just peanuts for him for fuel, but it's okay. Now, Okoro goes ahead and sells the third machine to a mem. Now is a 2A sale because your third activated 2A sale, and now that's 500,000. But what Okoro does not know here is that Asa is talking to Grace. Grace buys a machine. And though it's Grace that sold the machine, Okoro will sell N 250,000 naira. Remember I talked about leverage income? This is where it's going. Grace sells a machine to Pearl. Okoro still makes 250,000. Pearl sells a machine to Ato. Okoro still makes 250,000. Remember, I showed you previous slide how this can go up to the 8th level. Okoro will keep earning, even for people that were indirectly sold to, not by him. Now, Okoro is excited, looking at all of this, jumps in to register maybe Eno. Eno will still be on a 2A. Why not 3A? For it to be on a 3A, you need 10 sales, and your next direct will now make it a 3A. If you calculate the total sales here, this is 7 sales. So as long as it's sub 10, it's still a 2A sale. And how much is 2A? It's 500,000. But something is boiling and braiding. Eno is a catalyst who probably travels to Abuja, knows people of influence or people who really need this device. Gets to talk to Ali, Abu, and Annie. Why Eno is selling to Ali? Ali buys the machine. Eno will earn 250,000. Mr. Okoro will earn 500,000. Are you kidding me? No. Okoro is earning more than Eno. Everybody goes through the same process. Your first 2 persons are 1A. You are earning 250,000. But Eno is Ali is under Eno, and Eno is on Okoro's 2A leg, so it's 500,000. Eno sells to Abu. Abu buys. Eno makes 250,000. Okoro still makes 500,000. Eno sells to Ali. Now that's the third person under Eno. Eno is making 500,000 naira. Okoro is still collecting 500,000 naira. This is leverage income, guys. Annie reaches out because now that we have 10 sales, any sale that Okoro makes after the 10th person, that's why I said your 11th sale will be a 3A sale. In this case, Chooks, 750,000 naira. But why Okoro is thinking, who else should I be selling this machine to? Annie reaches out to Bob, sells to Bob. Okoro will still collect 500,000. Annie sells to Ben, Okoro will still earn 500,000. Annie sells to Bob, Okoro will earn 500,000. Bob sells to Joe, Okoro will earn 500,000. Bob sells to Jack, Okoro will earn 500,000. Bob sells to John, Okoro will earn. This is mind-blowing because right now Okoro is looking at, are you kidding me? No, we are not. Why am I earning 500,000? That's a 500,000 naira shop. Like they'll say number 5, a Binkwe Lane, Idumota. That's a 500,000 naira shop somewhere in Idumota producing that until it begins to reduce a bit. But this is a whole lot. Now, take note, everything happening here It's just happening under the structure. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 plus 10. So this already 10 sales of 500,000. That's 5 million naira. As Okoro recovered the money, yes. What happens to Imem? Imem has not even started. Shadi has not even moved. Ese and the gang have paused. Chooks have not begun. Even under the structure, it's Annie that is on the move because this is already 6 sales, 3 million naira. Abu can replicate. Ali can replicate. Okore can have multiple MM and multiple Eno. It's mind-blowing. Now, I know what is in the mind of Okore. Okore wants to go to the next rank cumulatively because once Okore is able to have 20 sales, now Okore is earning 1 million naira per sales of machine on that line. That is where Leader Talatu is right now. 1 million naira lane. Now, that doesn't stop the 750,000 lane. That doesn't stop the multiple 500,000 lane or the 250 lane. Can you see how money is coming from all angles? Now, when you have 50 sales, now like Ayo, you're activating 1,250,000. And the very day Okore has 100 sales and now registers his next one person that activates the 6A commission of 1.5 million naira per sales. Guys, this is crazy. After the 101 sale, anybody till infinity directly that Okore registers is 1.5 million. So let's say in the month of March, Okore is already a 6A and sells 10 direct machine, that's 15 million naira. If those 10 people were to sell one machine, that's another 15 million, 30 million. Does that stop the SAM structure? Does that stop the IO structure? Does that stop the Tony structure? Does that stop the choke structure? Guys, this is why we call this drink and grow rich. And if you think you have seen it all, fasten your seatbelt. Because once you become a 6A, something else begins. For you to become a 6A, remember, you are having a total sales of 101 sales from the entire tribe. Right? Now, apart from all the commissions you have gotten, Energic says you are due for another payment of $3,000. So for hitting 6A, we give you another $3,000 aside all the commissions, the 1A, 2A, 3A, different things coming in. Now you get $3,000. Wow. If you know what to do, you work with your team. Now you are 6A, you are receiving $3,000. If you can help 2 members of your team to become 6A like you in 2 different legs, not that in the same leg of father, mother, that's a fraud. They don't even allow that. That would not even work. So they understand that they want you to support 2 different legs. That's why you see some people, they have 10 legs, they have 20 legs. But if any of those structure, 2 people become 6A like you, you are a 6A too. What is the reward? $6,000 US. Help those 2 people right now who have come in to also become 6A2 like you. You become a -2. That's the nomenclature of ranking. Yes, some other company will say gold, silver, platinum. For us, it's the dashes. Help 2 people, just 2 people, it moves you. 2 people achieve your current rank, you move to the next rank. So helping 2 people to become a -2, you go to helping 2 people to become a 6A2, you become a 6A2-2. And what is the reward? $12,000 US. I hope you know all of this will not be happening if activities are not happening under those various structures and legs. So you are earning those commissions. These are, remember I told you they pay over 10 ways, but this is even just a second easy way you can make money. Now, when you help 2 people to go to a -2, you go to a -3. And as a -3, they are going to pay you $25,000 US. Fasten your seatbelt. Let's have it. Let's have it. $5,000 US monthly for life. $5,000 US monthly for life. Yes, you had it. $5,000 US. Why? I just helped 2 of my team members to become a 6A2-2, and now I'm earning $5,000 US for life. Apart from the $25,000, which is a one-time payment every month, you are paid $5,000 US for life. I was speaking yesterday with one of our leader who is a 6A2-3. In fact, I spoke with 2 of them. One is a -2. I'll be coming to that shortly because the numbers is why Talatu is not sleeping. He shared it with me and I passed it across to her, and it has kept her sleepless. Help 2 people to go to a -3, you go to a -4, and now you are receiving $50,000 US, and suddenly you are jumping to $10,000 US monthly for life. Somebody saying, is this thing real? This reward model is over 30 years, and yet they have not changed it. They have not altered it. It is patented. You know, that's why I began by saying this is a patent. It means it cannot change. Because it cannot change, this is 30 years plus, and they are still paying it. Not because you want to join today, you are querying it. No, this is something that is constant, stable, and it's working. Help people to go to a -4, you go to a -5. Now you are getting $100,000 one-off, and you are getting $15,000 monthly for life. There is -6, $200,000, $20,000 monthly. People are already on -7. People are on -7, guys. $400,000 and receiving $40,000 monthly for life. This is mind changing. Now, what happened yesterday? I was talking with one of our top leader, and he just said to me, said, "Oh, how was your numbers?" So we're just talking about the numbers and telling him what is about to happen. So he said, "Oh, this is what my number. This is what I made in the month of January." He's a -3. It's not even a -3. He has not entered the -3 legacy rank of 5,000. He made $60,000 US. In fact, I just said this is just in 2 of my account. I've just made $60,000 US, and this is not even all, just 2 of the commissions, $60,000 US. And I was just 60,000 in 1 month. And when I said it to Talato is a calculator. She's close to Aboki FX. She has already punched the numbers. She said, "Chairman, this is about 100 million now." So it means if I can do 100 million in a month, it simply means I'm looking at about minimum 1 billion in a year. I said yes. He said, I can't sleep. This is disturbing my head. Now you understand why she's hitting the street. And like Zimama will say, with this street. Guys, how is that happening? Simple, help people. How can you help more people achieve 6A? Because once somebody becomes 6A, so another person is moving. One other person becomes 6A, another person is moving. How can you help more people achieve their goals and their dream? Some people, their goal might just be their health challenges. They want to get better health. Help them. Sell the machine to them. And they come out good. They've achieved their goal. They tell their friends who sold it to them. Before you know, all of this is adding up. This is mind-blowing. What do? It's simple. Use the product. Use the product. Refer the product to others. And before you know, you are building a team. Now, you've got to ask yourself this. Will this be worth my time? Some of us are so focused, and it's worth our time. Some of us are doing too many things, and you now have 10 naira here, 10 naira, 10 naira here. I'm not doing 10, I do 10 business, and I don't know, you are stressed. Somebody is running one business, and the person is doing a minimum of $60,000 monthly, which is, the person is not even a -3. So he now said, what happens to us? What do you think Simon will be earning? I said, I don't want to go there. Because now I now understand why the guy will just leave his own country and relocate to Dubai to go and live in Dubai. You can't have that. If you are earning that kind of money, you're not a politician. He's not even married self. I mean, you have a life to live. How soon can I retire? Have I found a better stable vehicle than this? Some of us have joined in the last 3 years. You've joined close to 20 projects, 20 companies. This is stability. 51 years, 30 years, they have not changed the plan. This should be your final bus stop. So if you're a guest on this call, I encourage you to get back to the person who shared this with you so that they can show you how to get started immediately. As always, I would like to say that nobody was born to win. Even if you are 10 winners, nobody was born to win. Nobody was born to lose either. Whether you grew up in Ajegule like I did, nobody was born to lose. Whether you win or you lose is a product of your choice. You were born to choose. Choose energy. Choose Kangen and its use of product. And now you can change your water and you can change your life. My name is Solomon James. I want to say thank you very much for being a part of tonight's meeting. I trust you got value. Our next meeting will be on Friday. We'll be looking at the MGuard. Please do well to join us, as that meeting will be mind-blowing. You know anybody in Lagos? I will be looking forward to meeting you tomorrow, 11 a.m. at our Lagos office for Discover Kangen Water. Thank you very much. God bless you. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.